board. So hello everyone on Intuition of the Soul. We've got a couple minutes, so we are just getting ready to start. You're welcome to jump on the Zoom. You're welcome also just to watch it. I do have my phone open, so I'll be able to see if anybody is joining us. We have 3 people already joining us on Intuition of the Soul. So we'll wait and see, but you are welcome to join us live, probably about 5 after I stop letting people in, just because it's a little distracting. Though, and then something that's unusual is you used to be able to pin, and that's disappeared. So it's like, okay. So faith, once again, Zoom has changed. So I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited about the guides of 3 that we're going to talk about, because this is such an incredibly shifting time, especially in this next week and a half. I've been hearing about it probably since August, but really hearing and contacting people and saying, this is a big deal, what's coming up. And so I'm so glad Chrissy's here. I can talk to her for hours and hours and hours about this stuff. And by the way, we have.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we have over the years. We just like, oh, it's gonna be a fast call. We just kind of should hang that up a bit. It never really is that fast a call. So we got a couple more minutes, but Maria and Penny, thanks for joining us. It's exciting. Just the amount of information, Chrissy and I were talking just before we started, that is coming and is being received by what is happening. Penny did a meditation last week that was phenomenal. And there's just so much available to us. And at the same time, there's so much available to us,
Yes.
Punctuation counts. And it's this whole week, everything I've read astrologically has been about aligning, getting ready. It's a big shift. It's going to take some practice to get used to this energy, but it's a wonderful shift. It's something, Captain Kirk, where no man has gone before, and the ship's taking off across the screen. So, and some of it we've gone before, we're just remembering it, but some of it is pretty brand new that's coming forth. Oh, we've got 7 people watching us on Facebook Live. So again, you're welcome. The link is here. Oh, there's Sarah. So people will wait just to
come on Zoom.
Come on Zoom. She's going to take your energy. But if not, you're welcome to stay on Intuition and watch. And, I'm very excited. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. My sisters, Debbie and Lisa, if you're watching, better go on Zoom so I can see you. Love you. Hi, Mom.
So just in case you're not intimidated, please, you're welcome to come on Zoom. The link is on Intuition of the Soul. Kristen has it on her page. It's all over to come and join us. So, oh, there's Lise. So we're going to start right at 5 after, and at that point, we'll pretty much keep people on Intuition of the Soul, just because it's hard when people pop on. It's hard when you drive, it's hard when you eat, and it's hard when you pop on. So those are our things. So Lisa staying off camera. You're welcome to stay off camera too. You don't have to be videoed. So there she is. So anyway, very excited that Chrissy could be here. We had to reschedule, but this is what Spirit meant. We had something in September set up to talk about this, and that was when my son was in a big auto accident. And so life, as I knew it, just came to a shift, a major shift at that moment. And what I remember about September is Maine Medical Center. That's what I remember about September. So, he's physically doing all right. So he was close. We're just all sending him good vibes for the other part of his healing that is necessary. So, there's Jamie. So just a couple more minutes for people to come on, and you're all welcome to come and join us. We still have 7 watching us, so here we go.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie's camera's off. I don't know if she's going to stay in the background in any way. So Chrissy, why don't we'll start and then I'll watch for a little bit. And so welcome again, Intuition of the Soul. I'm glad we're starting back up our programs. And I can't think of a better kickoff once again for this year than my amazing friend, Kristen Numen. So why don't you tell us about yourself? And we'll start from there, like a little bit about your awakening for those people who are watching who don't know who you are and all of that stuff.
Right. I feel so at home here that I forget that there are people that I haven't met yet. So my name is Kristen Numen. A lot of friends, like my sweet friend Kitty, calls me Chrissy. So my awakening happened 7 years ago. I do have severe heart problems, but they did not come from that. It actually happened with something with my husband, and that catapulted me forward. I always talk about, because I remember the actual phrase I said, there's got to be something more than someone else pulling the strings. Bam, that's when it happened. 1111, 111, feathers everywhere, 222, 333. What is all of this? And I got all excited. And then, like the Superman effect, all of my gifts opened up, and it was like, oh my gosh, we're all Harry Potters. What is this? And then they all shut off. And then the claircognizant, the knowing and the feeling came out first, because I had to trust myself. So I had to learn to trust myself. I had a repetitive pattern of being bullied in my life. So that was a huge lesson. And, they all come in layers. And I found that through this journey, massive healing happened. And these amazing teachers that I've had that I wasn't fond of prior to my awakening, now that I'm awakened, I'm so grateful and blessed for them, because this truly has changed my life. If you would have told me that I would be teaching and activating people and giving sessions and doing healings, I would have thought you were nuts. But I was a banker for 15 years, people. I was very human. And now I understand myself more. And Kitty and I were talking about this through one of her readings for me, to let my weird shine. So hello, my fellow weirdos. I love you. And thank you for accepting my weird. So that's my main story. And I'm still on this journey. I absolutely love it. All the rabbit holes you can go down and all the amazingness that you all are. And I get to meet wonderful, beautiful souls like yourselves that have all of these amazing gifts. Think about it. It's like humans, we have these normal senses, and then we have these psychic senses, and we use them all in such different and unique ways. It's a fingerprint. We're snowflakes, and it's amazing and it's beautiful. And we're stronger together. We're supposed to be together and talk about this stuff. And this is how we change. This is how we bring heaven to earth. This is how we, as way showers, as leaders, come forward and raise the collective consciousness so that we can go into more of that beautiful heaven on earth frequency.
Yay.
That's the story.
That's her story, and she's sticking to it. So part of this started was, as anyone who's spent a minuscule of time around me has heard me talk about the next week that's coming up. It's a very huge shift. It's been a huge shift planetarily this month. That's a word, planetarily. But there's a bigger shift coming, because we have this kind of critical mass of people awakening, turning towards the light, being aware of it. And so also starting from different channels, including Kristen, started talking about this new coming forth of energy very shortly, very much at this time. I'm in Kristen's class on Friday, and she was talking about it. I'm hearing someone else talk about it. I have a third group I belong to that's a channeling group. They started talking about, these are not people connected to each other. And so I sent Kristen a message. She goes, "You got a new guide?" And I said, "What?" She said 3. She goes, no, guides of 3. And someone else had just said it. We're also reading a book where they're talking about 3. And so after we finished kind of geeking out, the two of us, we decided that this would be a beautiful time to have that presentation as we get ready for this energy shift. Kristen is going to talk about what her guides and what they've been talking about, the energies and what she's been channeling. So we have some other information as it really started today as Venus went into Taurus. And it's literally 1 week from today that the last of the big energies shift, really tomorrow. So this is kind of the kicking open of the door. So Chrissy, kick the door open for us, would you?
Door open. Oh, there's so much fun stuff happening. And this is, okay, for those that don't know me, to know me is like being in a dramatic comedy. So we laugh and we cry. So if I get teary-eyed, I'm very passionate about what I do and it comes out. So in a drop of a hat, I'll be laughing and we'll be goofing off. So that's how I roll. I love to play with spirit. I love the energies. And this is so much fun, especially with you all and with Kitty. Hi, Kirsten. I didn't get to say hi to you. Hi. So this is the age of also the superhuman. So this is bringing heaven to earth. There are new cellular, molecular downloads occurring. There are a lot of grays coming forward. The grays and the ebens, the taller grays, assist with, let's say, surgery, psychic surgery to assist us. They're the ones that will assist the Pleiadians, the Mantis, all of the other beings to be able to help us move more into that superhumanness. So bringing in and allowing, because we're in this free will field, right? So being able to say, yes, I welcome all of the highest good to come forward and activate me at a cellular level in perfect comfort and alignment. Big fat key. Let's just circle that right there. Perfect comfort and alignment always, because I've given myself migraines and gotten very sick because I forgot it. I forgot those key words right there. So be very mindful what you ask for, because you might get it and it might be like a wabam. So, and sometimes it's wabams.
And that's a good point right now for all of us. Let's set this intention. Let's just close our eyes for a minute, because I try to remember to do this and I was about to space it. And just we're going to set aside on a shelf anything we don't need right now. And we're just going to take a deep breath in. And if you can go to your heart, and it's in that pause where we all meet, calling in our guides for the group, and for the highest and best possible outcome. And as Kristen said, with joy. And so it is, just to set the intention.
So this is a time of stepping into your true self, authentic self. Your inner compass is now online, where you feel more of a calmness of where you're being directed. And Kitty and I were talking to this prior to coming on. There are these little tasks that happen, like little tests, so to speak. So this morning, my laptop just decided to poop out on me. I'm like, what? Okay, this is not retrograde. What's going on here? But instead of getting upset because, okay, I can't make it to Best Buy to figure this out. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I didn't go into old Chrissy freak out mode. It was, hey, I have my phone. Hey, Emily, my daughter, can I borrow your laptop? So I'm using her laptop. Thank you, Emily. So we didn't freak out. Certain things happened to Kitty as well. And it was just like, okay, you just handle it and flow through it and not fight it. So they're beautiful energies. And that's the way that you can, because there's several things when you're working with astrology, is holding space. So being an empath, it's really shining that light from a protected space. You're protected, you're grounded, you're connected, and really expanding your heart chakra and holding space in a place of love. And how to observe the energies that we're in without being in it. So how to observe all of these, because there's so much that we handle as humans, right? Not only our own lessons and contracts that we decided to do when we come here, there's the collective consciousness, there's ancestral stuff, there's, parental stuff that goes on, but there's also the astrological stuff that happens too and affects us all in different ways. And it can seem so overwhelming. That's why when you come from a sense of play, of groundedness, all of this grounding energy that's coming in astrologically now is really so beautiful. And my students know, because it's the one thing I talk about. So when you want to be able to observe, meditate. I don't care if it's for 1 minute, meditate. Meditate in the loud, in the craziness. The dogs are barking, the TV's going, the kids are screaming, there's stuff going on outside, people are mowing. Meditate in it. Meditate in the quiet. Meditate in different surroundings at different times of day, because it really allows you to quiet everything and just be at peace with the energy, so you can understand and open that channel and receive your divine intuition. We are all channels. We all have this. Every single one of us are Harry Potters and Hermiones and living this absolutely magical world. My mom is 80 years old and she channels, not professionally, but things just flow to her, come to her for her own benefit in life, being able to assist others, interacting with guides and asking for signs as well. But when you meditate, you're allowing yourself to have that peace and that calm. And if nothing else, go to your breath. When you breathe in and out longer than you normally would, say for 5, in for 5 and out for 5 through the mouth, in through the nose through 5, out for 5 through the mouth. You are taking yourself away from that fight or flight. You're telling your body, your parasympathetic nervous system, that you are safe and you are sound and you are at peace. So it is letting your being know, and you can always go to your breath no matter where you are. I'll do different things with my Reiki or something like that to help center my energy. But if nothing else, I will always go to my breath and meditate in the middle of the mall or meditate in the middle of the chaotic, loud restaurant, and my energy feels, wah! So always being able to go to that allows you to observe the energies, but also identifying the energies is another big one. How often do you check in with yourself? Putting your hand on your heart chakra and just saying, how's Kristen today? What's my set point in this moment in the morning? How am I right now? And when you do that, I normally say breakfast, lunch, and dinner because you got to eat. So check in with yourself when you eat. How are you feeling? Oh, I just feel so aggravated and so annoyed. Is it mine? What's going on with the energies? What's going on with everyone else? Is there a full moon out there? Yeah, forgot the moon energy too, all that astrological energy we talk about as well. But what's going on out there? And that way you bring yourself back to center, go back to the breath, go back to your heart, put up that bubble around you. You can see it coming down as that platinum light. It comes in a bubble around you. You can call in the archangels for protection, and we'll do that prior to clearing and activation later in the call as well. Anything you want to add to that, Kitty? Because I heard Kitty.
No, it's, as that's what this is about. This is a conversation about ways to really look at this new energy coming through. I had an experience, so funny you talk about it, in a restaurant today. Something happened and I found myself visualizing my energy being drawn out the top in the middle of lunch with my chicken salad sandwich going, okay, I'm just going with it for a minute. My husband looks at me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. And I really felt something pull like to another level. So it's really, when it strikes you, even if it's a weird time, yes, that's exactly.
That's living paranormally. I always say live paranormally, because we're on Earth, be on Earth, be human, but we're also amazingly woo-woo. So be your woo-woo human self and live paranormally. Yes, Sarah, I see you laughing at me. I make up my own words and my own juju stuff. As long as you understand, that's all that matters. But combine your weird woo-woo-ness. And I love that Kitty was like, all right, we're just going to go with this. So, I'm sitting outside and there's a serpentine being that was out there that called itself a naga. All right, we're going to go with it. Let me let you go because I was on the phone with someone at the same time. And let's hang up and deal with the serpent that I just saw in the yard. Or King Arthur that visited for dinner. King Arthur and then a family member came forward, and I was at Chili's with my husband Ray. And you just kind of flow with it and go with it in the moment, right? Sometimes it's like, let me finish this first. I'm having a molten lava cake. I need my moment right now. I'll be with you. Just put a pin in that for a moment. So remember, you're the driver of this, not the passenger of your journey. So being able to work with the guides if you're feeling overwhelmed, anything like that, make sure you're calling in to bring peace, and to see what feels comfortable for you. And you know what feels comfortable for me is being weird all the time. That's where I'm comfortable, is when I'm having fun and I'm woo woo weird, and I love it. Okay, they're having me center for a moment. They want me to go to the heart chakra. This is a big heart chakra activation. So you have your heart, you have your higher heart. There's also the Hrit chakra, H-R-I-T. It's to the left of the heart. It is very connected with the sun, and it is another amplifier on this journey that we are on to our superhumanness. So if you can't get a good breath, if you're having palpitations, you feel it rumbling in there, you feel it shaking in there, you might feel dizzy, that type of feeling as well. And they're bringing me to thirst. Drinking a lot of water, you might feel very, very thirsty. So with that, I said, okay, I don't want to keep that with me, but now they're having me drink. But this is big for the heart chakra. Mary Magdalene is very much forward as well. So I brought forward my rose quartz rose, for Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene that are very forward, because it is also, and it's funny because I always notice how you are in life and then how your guides choose to communicate with you. So I am French, German, and Polish, and I love everything French. I love the languages. So when Mary Magdalene had come forward, she said Sacré-Cœur, so Sacred Heart. So I'm like, it's funny you didn't just say Sacred Heart, you said it in French, which I thought was fun. So it's just fun with the guides and how they like to communicate with you. But the Sacred Heart and being able to transmute and work through more of the energies is what these activations are doing as well. And again, always go to play. Going to your emotions and what is it to ground? Because I know we have a lot of grounding energies right now. Katie, what are the current energies astrologically going on?
Well, we have Pisces, which is emotion and flow. We have this getting ready for big shifts out of Aquarius, which is air. And interesting enough, what we don't have as much earth right now, other than the planet of chaos, Taurus, though Pluto's in its last pieces of Capricorn. So it's about the bigger energies and about our home, but it's a chaotic energy. It's an awareness energy. And then of course, all this Aries getting ready to start us to set, and today, Venus, thank you, Venus, for moving into your home sign to help us ground Taurus, where she's very powerful. It's the sign of our values, our home, what we take care of, abundance. Those are all of the places and that's a daily energy. So
That's the root chakra as well, your home. So I think that's why I feel, because we all interpret the energies differently and in our own way. Where are we at that point in time? So I feel the energy is very grounding. I feel very at home, and I do feel very stable. So being an Aries, the opposite of my fire, I love that water, and I do have a lot of Pisces in my chart as well. so I'm very woo. So using this water and going with that flow, allowing this heart chakra and all of its expansion to come forward. And what are your emotions telling you? Journaling is so valuable. I like to type because it's like reading hieroglyphics when I write things out, because I try and write too fast and I can't read my handwriting. So I type everything out. But doing automatic writing and journaling and gratitude, really grounding, do things that you love and enjoy. So I've noticed, especially through these energies and through this time, I love to decorate. I love to go to vintage stores and repurpose furniture and different things. And I love to decorate, and I love to garden. And I've noticed I'm able to visualize differently. I'm more creative, starting to paint and do different things that I never would have thought to do before, just to come back to my childlike self. If you just felt a shift in the energy, there are a group of beings that have come forward a couple of years ago, and they're called the Circle Children. And the Circle Children are our truest, most innocent form of our younger selves. Happy, you know how they always talk about, you want to heal your inner child. This is the healed inner child that we're dealing with. These are guides of the highest, and they appear no more than 13 years old. And they are called the Circle Children. And they do bring with them a lot of angelic energy and elemental energy as well. But it is coming forward to bring more of that playfulness. Try things. Who cares if you stink at it? I can't draw worth anything, but I found out that I can paint. Who knew? I can paint. Looks like a Picasso, but I can paint. So go with the flow and follow your nudges. And like I said before, follow your inner weird, like Kitty had told me, because for someone that went through bullying, I had a circumstance that happened to me in school. I was always in vocal ensemble, and my husband and I are high school sweethearts, and he's a tenor, and we would sing, and I was always so afraid to sing. And when I finally did sing, I was so embarrassed and scared, and I just felt like my voice was just closed. My throat chakra really closed up. So through this journey, my throat chakra really opened and expanded. And that also occurred with light language too, because I used to speak light language, Pleiadian light language, when I was little. But because I was lovingly teased, because it was weird, I stopped doing it. And I think I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I would just sit there, go with the book. And my mom's like, man, if they had cameras then, to use your cell phone in the 1980s, I would have been videoing you all the time, because I was always doing that. And when I finally allowed, through the help of my students in the middle of class, it spontaneously came forward. And I was very anxious, had to shut my camera off, but they held space for me. They just were supportive and let their heart chakra beam out that love to allow me to come more into my center and be more of my true self. And that's the energy of now. Coming into your true self. What are you being nudged to do? What gives you anxiety but excites you at the same time? That's like the sweet spot of me knowing is I'm really scared and nauseous about it, but I'm super excited at the same time, because it's really outside of your box. So the grays have been forward, the blue avians. And I say this because a lot of you might be getting breadcrumbs or have full on had experiences with them. The blue avians are the humanoid bird beings. They normally are seen as blue, but they can be many different varieties and types of colors. The birds sing frequencies. So they're wanting me to remind you that when you hear the beautiful birds sing, just receive. That's light language. For those that don't know what light language is, and I'll be speaking that and apparently singing it, they're telling me, which is outside of my comfort zone to do that in front of people. But light language comes through in hand movements. You can write a book with light language. When you speak, It's light language. We're spelling. We're doing these enchantments all the time. What are you spelling? What are you speaking into fruition with love and light and high vibration? You can be speaking in tongues. It could be tones. It could be songs. It could be absolutely anything. You can be using singing bowls. Light language is meant to be received through your senses, because your logical mind is going, you're talking jibber jabber. You're talking pig Latin, Kristen. That doesn't mean anything. But when you just allow and open your heart space and just allow and sit with your senses and see how you feel in the moment. What do you see, hear, feel, and know in that moment? You can see a bunch of colors. You may not feel anything. Sometimes I would get so nervous that I would have to listen to it separately in order to understand that. But the bird energy is very much forward, especially the blue avians, to be able to accept these frequencies that are readily available to all of us every day with listening to the birds. The mantis beings. They are big, huge bugs. Those are the mantis beings. They are big, huge mantis beings. They are like 8 to 10 feet tall. I had a lucid dream with one of my guides. When I see them with my physical eyes in my room, I am not afraid at all whatsoever, but usually they can come forward in, they can wear a top hat or a tutu or anything at all to make it more easily digestible for their appearance. They want to make you laugh so you feel comfortable. Apparently I'm comfortable with seeing a full-on bug. But when I was in this lucid dream, our physical bodies react when we're physically near them. So I remember huddling up against this banister because they were walking. I don't know how they walked in this house, but they walked in the house and went up the stairs, and they were huge. And when I went into a space that was my room, the dream was about my home up north. It looked similar because I felt safe there, right? My childhood home. So I went into what was my bedroom, and this mantis was there. And I could hear her adjust her voice to English and then speak with me in English telepathically. And because I felt nervous, because I was physically with her in this dream, and my body was getting physical sensations from this interaction, because there's a lot more interactions happening now. People are seeing with their physical eyes and their mind's eye, shadows going by, just knowing that these beings are there. And this mantis being changed its face to look like Jessica Chastain. I kid you not. Big red lips and everything. And I was taken aback by it because I hadn't experienced that before. I didn't tell Kitty this. Did I tell you this?
No.
No. She changed her face to look like Jessica Chastain. So they do that so they don't frighten you in any sense. And it certainly released that. And I was able to sit and receive the messages and the teachings from my guide. Her name is Ka'an. So, and the trees. Sitting and watching them, my neighbor has this gorgeous, gorgeous, huge oak tree, and it hangs into my yard, but I have the roots in my yard. So I just stand barefoot on the roots and be able to receive the energy. But just being out there, watching them, you can always channel the energy. If it's freezing outside, if it's raining outside, whatever's going on, you can also invite their energy of the highest to come forward for you. But they're wanting to come forward right now to be able to assist you in helping this to be more easily digestible with these energies, to help you fully come forward and ask, what is it that I need to know? What is it that I'm supposed to do right now? And the one word they keep saying is rest and acclimate. We're plants. You're moving up in frequency, and then you need to get those roots down in there and get your being used to all of that. Get acclimated to the surroundings, because we get uprooted again and we lift our vibration again into new frequencies. It can take longer or shorter. If we fight it, I find it takes longer because I would tend to fight it because I'm known as impatient. So flow with all of it. Allow your humaning, doing your everyday life, doing things that you enjoy, laughing with family, watching a good movie, doing your hobbies. Allow that humaning to be such a big doorway for your guides to come forward. You're not forgetting about your spirituality. That's a state of allowing. So my guides have taught me that when you say, okay, I'm going to go in the garden, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to be human, I get the most downloads and the most communication, because I'm not like, well, this, and what about this? And I want this. Okay, let's automatic write. And then I'm trying to force it because I want the next step. Where do I go? Where do I go? So when you just be human and allow the frequencies and all the energies just to be digestible, so you can find your inner compass and go back to your breath and do all this joyful human stuff in your life, and being with animals, because they are very grounding. They can help you to, especially cats, with helping to release anything that no longer serves you and bring in just this beautiful, they're holding space for us all the time. And you can tell when you're sick, when you're sad, when you're happy, how they react, how they sit on you, how they're in your face other times, how they know when to be goofy. For those that know my Lola bug, she's all kinds of weird and I love her and she is my spirit animal 100%. But they are grounding, and that goes for in spirit as well. So our loved ones, pets that are in spirit, the animal kingdom and our animal totems being very present and forward to assist us as well. Any thoughts, Katie?
Well, this is really, this guides of 3 that we talked about. These are the kinds of steps, because this shift. So first of all, Aries energy speaks to the individual. It really is about empowering ourselves in our stars. That is the heart of Aries energy. Very much willful, very much the warrior. We know that, but it is the individual sign. It is the energy of the individual. And this time is supposed to be about our bodies evolving with our souls. That's a very different key this time. They are the message has been just about what you're talking about. How do I, all day long, rather than I shut my door and I go into my, what I call my woo-woo room, and I go and I sit, this is really about, we were talking about this, how I travel through my whole day. So in the middle of a restaurant, I feel like I'm getting pulled, but I just go with it, and then I'm back in the restaurant. So this is really, I think, vital for what we're talking about that's coming. So can you talk a little bit about that too?
Yes, and it's so funny because today I'm like, okay, I'm going to be on with Kitty today. Today I need to make sure that I meditate. I meditated yesterday. It was an awesome meditation. I had the squiggles today when I was trying to meditate. There was nothing in me that I kept thinking about. I want to eat the goldfish. My husband got goldfish. And when you haven't had something in a while and it's like filet mignon, it is so good. So I was thinking about the goldfish, and then I'm like, okay, nope, let's go back to center. And then the dog was making noises, and then they started playing, and then the cat started going nuts. And I'm like, okay, we're not meditating this way today. So I went outside with the dogs. I actually took a picture because they were grounding. Lola was, she was a normal dog pose, and then she goes all upside down crazy. But they were grounding, and they were sitting by the fountain outside. And I just stood there on the roots of the oak tree. And I just observed. I listened to the birds. I felt the breeze. I was looking at the sky. It was just being in the moment. And that's the meditation that I needed to do that day. We all want mind-blowing, groundbreaking, miraculous spiritual experiences every single time we meditate. Am I right? Because I do. And I'll be like, man, I was kind of hoping for, hearing God's voice or, something like that. And I always tease them, kind of hoping for a little bit more, something. But a lot of times it's just being with me, myself, and I. And I know spirit is with me because I can feel them. Sometimes I can see the energies, the different chakras that are opening because different colors are coming forward. And they're having me, I talked to my class about this too. If you see a circle with a dot, that is source. That is God. It is in hieroglyphics they'll show the circle with the dot. That is how I see source. And when I was told by God about this, I was like, oh, so I was thinking, I'm just seeing the circle and a dot, no big whoop. And God's like, that's me. I had no idea. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I just thought it was a circle and a dot. Why am I seeing that? So you just never know how your guides are showing up. We can think that it's so simple. That feeling that you're getting, that tingle that you're getting in your big toe, or that whoosh and gust of air that you keep kind of getting on your right side could be your guides speaking with you, being with you. And we don't even realize it. But that's why meditation is so important. And that's why it really does help us in this energy of sparking and moving forward, these new beginnings that are coming forward. I actually pulled cards. I was trying to pull cards for myself, but I was told it was for the collective. So I'll pull cards for myself later. But this is from my Visions of the Soul. Let's see if I can get it to, for some reason, there we go. But it's Visions of the Soul, Meditation and Portal Cards by Kim Dreyer, in case you're interested, because I know how it feels when cards kind of sing to you and you're like, I need those cards. So the first card that I pulled was Metatron. So these beautiful frequencies, that Merkaba energy that's coming forward. Our Merkaba is our astral vehicle. We can program it to do many things to protect us, but Archangel energy, and especially Metatron, bringing in these codes that are activating us and bringing us forward to our next path and journey. Also talking about Aries, that spark is birthing the new. So this energy is birthing the new to come forward. We can feel it, but to me, to Kristen, this new energy feels grounded. Like Kitty was saying, I feel calm about it. Like I feel calm about what direction I want to go in. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. And it feels good to feel so grounded in that energy. If you're digesting it differently, flow with that. Ask your divine team, how do I use this energy? How do I feel better? How do I digest it? Because there are so many layers to growth and to this spiritual journey that I know what it's like to be so frantic, to want to know and to want to get out of that cruddy feeling, because we always want to feel good, but always know that there's something amazing on the other side of the cruddy dud. I promise you, if you ever feel stagnant or anything like that, there's amazingness on the other side of that. And there's amazingness on the other side of fear. Because I talked about how I was so scared to do light language, and how I was anxious about today because they were giving me a song that they wanted me to sing. It sounds very shamanic-y to me. We'll make that a word. And because we just make up words. So it just feels very shamanic to me, and I had anxiety doing it, but yet I'm excited at the same time to see how this energy is interpreted by your being and how this assists you in your own path and your own growth as well. So birthing the new. And then the higher heart chakra came forward. I really want you to see this one because it's so pretty. Maybe I'll post pictures. Here we go. If I do it slanted, you can kind of see it better.
Yeah.
So the light is just really bright, but that higher heart chakra. So the heart chakra, higher heart chakra, and the heat chakra. So 3, the energy of 3 and the guides of 3. So really bringing in that portal as well. That triangle is very powerful. And that is what the Merkaba is as well. So you have the triangle going up and then a triangle going down, and we're in the middle of it. It is huge around our energetic field. The divine feminine is the one that goes down. The masculine is the one that goes up, and they spin in opposite directions. And I'm being told to tell you this because I see 21 and 34 a lot. Turns out that's the way the Merkaba spins. 21 to the left for the divine masculine, 34 to the right for the divine feminine. So if you're seeing a lot of numbers, this is how your guides are speaking with you. My Pleiadian friends, my Pleiadian guides, that are at the Seven Sisters or the Little Dipper, there are 4 stars for the actual cup and then 3 for the tail. I see the number 43 a lot. So it took me a year to figure out, oh, those are my Pleiadian guides that are trying to talk to me. Because I wouldn't shut up enough to listen to myself. You live, you learn, right? I don't care how long you do this. This is about figuring it out. And this is why I love intuition of the soul and everything that Kitty and Amy do, because this is how we learn through, okay, I went through this. Hopefully I can help you bypass this longer time for you to receive your answers as well. So this also feels like the spark of all of us to come together, the leaders, the way showers, the healers, all of us coming together as a unit and holding space for one another and celebrating one another, which again, like we said, lifts the vibration of the earth and of others around us. Just by being us, just by being you, affects others that are around you. Lola just woke up from her nap. And the last one I pulled is Rise of the Divas, or elementals as well. So I talked about the serpentine being, which is called a Naga, but there's the elves, there's the gnomes, there's the fairies, there's the sprites, there's so many different beings. The tree spirits, I mean, all of the plants that are working with us, the water undines, all of these different elementals coming forward. This is what I've been feeling too, especially like the mantis being. Mantis is very galactic, but a very shamanic, earthy galactic is the feeling that I get from the mantis beings. So if you've met them and feel into their energy. So that's the biggest thing too, is we are all here on earth learning how to interpret energy. We are all energy alchemists. How are we interpreting the energy? And we all want it. What is it from? No, it's from Shawshank Redemption. I can't think of the character's name, but he said the world went and got itself in a big darn hurry, right? We're in a fast food world. Allow yourself to settle. Go back to your breath. Breathe in for 5. Breathe out for 5. Settle your energy. Put your hand on your heart space, because intention is everything. When you put your hand on your heart, that spirit brain that's right here within all of us, bring yourself back to center, because it's about the journey. I used to hate hearing that from people, because it's like, yeah, but I want here. I want the destination. I want to be in X marks the spot right here. I don't want to go through all this feeling stuff. But wow, when you go through that and you see, don't you feel empowered on the other side of it? How amazing you feel, how strong you are. I get a little pick-me-up moment from that. If you sit and you reflect on that with love and with gratitude. Not that I want to go through some of those things again, but I'm grateful for it.
No, I think that's important, because as this energy is getting, it is about the journey, not the destination. And when we stop, all of us, if we stop for a moment right now and thought of where we were even 2 years ago as to where we are now, that was an uncovering, and it is amazing now how messages come through. When you were talking about it, on Tuesday nights on Intuition of Soul, we have spirit communication, and the song Skip to My Lou came up. All right. And we all were singing it. And it was just funny. Yesterday, I was walking by and a mother and her daughter were singing Skip to My Lou. And I'm like, oh, I got to tell them all, but if I hadn't paid any attention, it was sometimes it's just a tap. Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard the song Skip to My Lou in mega eons. And within 24 hours, I hear it, it came up in the meditation. All right. That, and we all sang it and on we went, but to pass people singing it in Cocoa Beach, Florida, by Cape Canaveral, by the cruise ships, no particular reason to be singing Skip to My Lou, but the mother and the daughter were singing it. My husband's like, what's up with you? And I'm like, never mind. Tuesday night I'll understand, but never mind.
Yes.
So,
I love that. You know the song that I had in my head, and you guys are gonna hate me after this because you're gonna have it as an earworm. Mana do 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 do. Mana do 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 do. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get it out of my head. So I was thinking of that this morning, and I'm like, I should totally do that when I talk about light language and bring light language in. I should do that, but I'm like, no, because everyone will be in a meditative state. I won't be that mean. But
Speaking of that, do you want to do that meditation? And do you have some more you want to say first, or?
the meditation I feel will be perfect because it's really releasing what no longer serves you, what you are inviting to let go. It can be known or unknown, what you want to release, and you can allow whatever to go. And then bringing in activations, and they'll speak to me through it, and I'll guide you as to what's being activated. They're actually talking about coming online. A lot of you might feel energy between your shoulder blades. So this is where your angel wings are, and angel wings are this energetic, beautiful field. You can actually use this to protect you. You can use it to sweep through your energetic field, to cleanse and clear any psychic debris that is in your auric field, to help clear and cleanse and refresh your aura if there are any tears from, if you get depressed or in a funk or anything like that, that can affect our auric field, and your angel wings can assist with that as well. But this is individual for you because each person digests these energies however it is interpreted for them on your path for highest good of love and light. That's the beautiful thing about light language. When I listened to it for the first time, I remember feeling embarrassed because I was embarrassed to even sing it and say it. And I was blown away by the experiences that I've had. And a lot of times I would need to, like I said, I would need to listen to it again when I was laying down and going to sleep or in a good meditative space so that I can release and let go. If I was on with other people, I would get too nervous of people staring at me or something like that. So allow yourself to listen to this again, or listen when you listen to light language, or maybe you play this again and you start saying jibber jabber or start singing tones or something like that to allow your own light language to come forward. This is for whatever you need on your divine path. So
It's all right if you want to turn your cameras on or off if you're on Zoom. Either way is fine.
that way you can get into a good meditative state. Turning your cameras on. Asking my guides right now because I normally in class turn my camera off. But I'm being told to leave it on, which gives me more anxiety. And that's okay because you're all holding space. Okay. So allow yourself to sink into your seats or lie down, whatever feels comfortable for you. Go to your breath. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just breathe. Scan your body. Your eyes are soft. Your jaw is slightly open and unclenched. You can lift your shoulders up, relax them down. Take good, comfortable, relaxing breaths. Your belly is soft, not sucked in. You're sinking deeper in your seat or bed, and allow the relaxation to pour down your legs to your feet. Picturing 2 stars under your feet. This is your Earth Star chakra. And grow big, fat roots just going down, 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 anchoring right into Mother Gaia, into the earth. Grow roots from your root chakra, from your sacral, from your solar plexus, from your heart. Go down, down, down through your Earth Star. Let's go through your Gaia gateway and really anchor in to Mother Earth. Gaia, please pull from us all that no longer serves, now and watching the replay, so that we can vibrate higher and step more onto our path and into our truth, living our heaven on earth and helping the vibration of all. We love and honor you and are so blessed and grateful. We invoke any and all energies to flow through us, coming up our feet in this now moment to circulate within our being anything that we need replenished. Any nutrients, spiritual energies to pulsate through us. Tis done, tis done. Thank you, show me. Going to your crown, connecting to your soul star chakra a bit above your head, might feel stretched or pulled. Calling forward our guides of the highest good to please come forward. I call forward now the archangels of the four directions, Archangel Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, and Raphael of the four directions, Archangel Sandalphon of the below, and Archangel Metatron of the above, to be in this divine sacred space of divine protection, allowing ourselves to grow our light in perfect comfort and alignment. We thank you. Go back up to your crown. God, creator, all that is, it is commanded that you pull, clear, cancel, and delete on all levels and resolve on the history level any waywards, watchers, walk-ins, attachments, anything that does not serve our highest and greatest good. We send all up to unconditional love now. Please allow us to be pure, clear channels of light now and throughout our day, living in your love, your grace, abundance, and bringing heaven to earth. 'Tis done, 'tis done, 'tis done. Thank you. Show me. Go to your heart space. If you're having any trouble with your heart space, just go ahead and put your hand on your heart. Just breathe in this now moment. I call forward my guides of the highest good to please come forward. And I set the intention to remove anything that no longer serves you in this now moment. Any beliefs that no longer serve you, patterns, habits, just breathe. As you're in this heart space, with your intention, bring your intention from your heart to your throat to your third eye to your crown, the top of your head, and lift out, up, 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 going through the densities and frequencies to the highest good. Where do you land? It could be on a totally different planet. It could be in heaven, the Akashic records. It could be in the inner earth. You could be in the void, this beautiful, loving darkness, the universe, the all that is. Whatever is true for you. I call in and invoke everyone's guides of the highest good to please come forward now. As you assess the space that you're in, you notice beings walking forward. The first being you see is your higher self. You might see a color, a being. You might know who it is. It might surprise you. And other beings and loved ones come forward. Animals, elementals. Just observe What do you feel? What do you know? What do you see? What do you hear? Just breathe. Bringing forward light language now with the singing bowl. Just breathe and observe. Seashia nakana'a zenubu shinan kana'a tuatne tuva ananash. Working on your back chakras now, assisting you in releasing the past, the stories you tell yourself that no longer serve your highest good. Asking your guides, what is my next step? What do I need to know in this now moment? Mary Magdalene steps forward. And you feel these hands around your heart chakra. That you are always divinely loved and supported. That you're amazing in all you do and all you've had to handle in this life. You're being given a gift. You might see it, you might feel it, know it. Integrate, integrate, integrate. With love and gratitude for our divine team. Take another look around and notice anything you didn't see or feel before. And as we say goodbye with our love and gratitude, you start feeling yourself being gently pulled back through the densities, the frequencies, going back, back, back. Going through your crown, your third eye, your throat, in your higher heart, in your heart. Breathe in and out. One more time, in and out. And you can say out loud or in your mind, I love myself. I trust myself. I value myself. I honor myself. I believe in myself. And so it is. Start feeling back into your body with love, with gratitude, moving your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. How are you feeling? Really grounded me. I kept my camera on the whole time, Kitty.
Go for you. I didn't know
Proud
that.
of myself. Jamie. Thank you for the thumbs up. Because she knows, because she's in class. She knows I turned that camera off. How is everyone feeling? Did you notice any energies? Did you receive a gift? Did you receive a message? Good. And you can always go back to that space. I wasn't expecting, they always say, expect the unexpected when it comes to spirituality, because they used to tell me prior to what the meditations were. Nope, it wasn't even the song that I was singing light language this morning. It was totally different. Apparently that was for me. And they didn't tell me because I was used to it. I could do it. And then something different came through. I'm actually feeling pressure and pain right here in that root chakra. If anyone else is feeling it, and they're showing me angel wings. So if you're getting an ache, an antsiness, a burning or like a staticky feeling between the shoulder blades, angel wings. So when you take your shower, just allowing that energy to flow through. If you do Epsom salt baths, your intention is absolutely 100% everything. So as you're laying down to sleep, as you're sitting down to meditate, invoking your guides of the highest good to come forward and work on you. Please assist my angel wings to assist the healing of the energies that are there to bring grace and ease and perfect comfort and alignment. Anything that you're working on, you can always invite your guides in. There are advocates. They are always here for us. Whether it be, you don't have to know who it is. Don't ever worry about, oh, I called in my higher self. Is it Mary Magdalene? Is it someone I don't even know? Don't worry about it. You're calling in the energy of that which you're bringing to fruition with love and gratitude of your divine team that are all there to help you, to assist you in any and all ways. Sometimes figure out who they are afterwards, because you start seeing those breadcrumbs in your daily life. Oh, someone keeps talking about the mantis being, someone keeps talking about those Arcturians, and they're very much, I saw Arcturians in my mind's eye during the meditation. And the grays, they are very forward, the grays as well. The grays, the ebens, which are the taller grays. So allow yourself to give yourself some grace with this. Drink water, laugh, cry, because that stuff wants to come out, because I could feel it in me that I wanted to cry. So allow the emotions to flow. They are tools for us. Sometimes we know why we're crying, and a lot of times I have no idea, and I'll just start crying. And my husband, I love him so much because he knows my weird, he loves my weird, and he's like, what's the matter? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm just processing something. So he gets me ice cream, and then I'm good. So allow yourself, give yourself love and grace. Sometimes our body mind is meant to know why we're having these emotions. Sometimes they're not. And you might think you're going a little nuts, because you can be crying 1 second and absolutely giddy and weird in the next second. Give yourself love and grace. No one ever said that this was easy, because it's not. But when we know how to navigate and use the energies, our own gifts, bring in our guides to be able to assist us, and commune with others and talk about, I'm feeling poopy. How are you feeling? I just can't get over this. Talking about it helps, and knowing you're not alone on this journey helps. This is a time of collaboration. Bringing heaven to earth isn't just us on our individual path, it's us together. It's us meeting one another where we're at and lifting one another up. That's what this is all about, allowing us to navigate these energies so we can spark forward. as the Aries and charge forward in this next bout of energies that are coming up soon. What do you think, Katie?
I love the guides of the heart, the higher heart. And how do you say this? Harit.
H-R-I-T, the Hrit chakra.
It's funny is I just found a friend. See, these are the synchronicities. I just found a friend from grade school and her last name is H-R-I-T. And I had no idea until you said that tonight. I'm like, so Karen, if you happen to be watching this, your name, you know? So, so that, and it's very important. Her mother was very important in my life when my mother was ill. She was the Girl Scout leader. And so she was that for me, her mother. So it's interesting because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be talking to Karen and let her know what her name means. So, unless she already knows, she may know. So your audio's off.
Turn it off. Can
There.
You hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, energies. We'll flow with it. Why not?
So well, we've gone over our hour. So is there any last minute advice for next week? I know I've heard about taking the time, like that you would like to say. My advice for next week is be gentle on yourself. Do you have to speak?
Oh, sorry. Give yourself some love and some grace. Be okay with where you're at. The biggest thing is if you feel poopy or you feel happy and excited, acknowledge it and be like, okay, I'm in this and maybe I'm supposed to feel this, and ask your guides to be able to assist your energy and where you're supposed to go with all of this energy. It helps you flow a lot better. But give yourself some love and a pat on the back, because a lot of times when you're very ego, you don't realize until way afterwards how you're acting, how your emotions are. When you realize it in that moment, or even a bit after, that's something to be celebrated. So celebrate yourself in all the good, bad, ugly, and joyful, and give yourself grace in that humanness. And talk with other people. I'm talking with another friend this weekend just to chat and talk about all these different things. Talk to people, be in groups, and let yourself go, because you're going to feel more at home with others that understand what you're going through, because you got this. We all do.
I like that. You've got this. You do. And I'm very excited for next week. Just make sure everybody, you spend some time for yourselves. Make a plan for this. It's a big, big shift. Very much, very energetic. And I know we're all feeling it. It isn't business as usual. This is a particularly strong door of a shift. So, and it's exciting.
I feel, because they're showing me like a shove. They're shoving you into situations, shoving you into a loving shove, a nice nudge that feels a little forceful sometimes, because that's what the energy does. So this, just know, this too shall come to pass with those feelings, and there's something absolutely beautiful on the other side of it. So my guides call it the crappy happy. So if it's like, oh, this stuff is coming forward, be excited, because there's something really awesome on the other side of it, that you got through it. And Jamie, I'm getting neck ablation surgery next week. It's kind of scary. Yes, that's absolutely scary. So I send you so much love, so much rapid healing, and just so much joy afterwards, that your being feels better and rejuvenated with all of that.
Yes, so, Jamie, blessings. So much love. You know, and I think that that's something to for us really to understand is everybody, the faces I'm looking at sitting right here, the names online are all people looking to help other people, and there's some gift and clarity coming through to us next week that will be because of the space we're holding to be able to help other people get there faster in some way.
Don't let out your weird you're not helping others like you're wanting to. Give yourself grace where you're at. We all get there in our own time. It took me a hot minute to finally open up to my light language, and I was told to teach, and I fought it for a while, and then I just put it out there that I was teaching to hold myself accountable for it. So it forced me to do it. Because after I did it, I'm like, oh, no backsies. Like I couldn't take that away because I was afraid. And now I've done umpteen classes, and it's brings so much joy and excitement to me and my students as well. So honor your inner weird, allow yourself to come forward and just be present with yourself, because you have your own beautiful juju that someone else needs.
Our unique.
You just,
gift.
a lot of you don't even realize it. And that's my hope for you, is that you realize it.
Go ahead.
I wanted to just say that in working with both of you over the past few years, you guys have really changed my life.
Thanks.
You really have, and I don't want to cry either, but you both have really changed my life. I really look forward to your words of wisdom regularly. Kitty, I went back and I watched, it's been a little over a year since you did the reading for me, the astrological reading. And I went back, I got the nudge to go back and find it and watch it again. And it was so relevant right this very moment. And it sparked something between, I don't know if you remember, but the 25 degrees of North Node, myself, my husband, my best friend.
Yes.
I went back and I rewatched that part of it and the information that you gave me. And I hadn't shared that with my best friend, and I shared it with her this time. And we had this magnificent connection and past lives coming back. It was just really, really cool. And I just wanted to say that if you haven't had a reading from Kitty, get a reading from Kitty, because they're phenomenal. Both of you are phenomenal, but I went back and looked at that and got just revisited that information, and it just was so cool, just how much it opened up more for myself and for her. So, and she's coming your way, by the way.
Oh, well, thanks. This is where I don't, Kristen, my weird, what do I say now? Well, thanks. Okay.
I just wanted to let you guys know I love you both, and
I want everyone out there, the people watching on Facebook and stuff. The reason we're doing so much of this now, I know Chrissy is, a lot of us are, we're in this together, and we are holding this space for a bigger awakening. And that's the only way I keep seeing it. I understand that we're kind of punching through and spreading what is denser. So it's not going to go completely away, but there's more light filtering through, and it's really important. So Chrissy, I want to thank you so much for this, because as we go into next week, and again, we're back to monthly classes. Next month we have Transformation with Teresa. She has done a lot of spiritual work with weight and body and things. But in general, folks, please reach out to Chrissy. She's absolutely amazing. Her next class is when?
7th starts the next round of classes.
It's Friday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So reach out to Chrissy. You can reach her. Where can they get a hold of you?
InfiniteHeartAndSoul.com. So you can find me at my website. You can email me at infiniteheartandsoul.com. I'm on Facebook as well under the same name, and you can private message me. So however, any questions.
And if you can't find her, you can find me and I'll get you to her. So, yeah, it's so important, Kristen. I'm so happy you did this for us, because it will be back and listening, and that meditation and the activation, and anyone. And please, folks, use Intuition of the Soul. Sarah, all you folks who are offering services, please put your stuff up on it. That's what it's for. It's not my page, it's everybody's page. Everybody that joins is a part of Intuition of the Soul. So, I do approve posts, because I've gotten some interesting ones that you've never seen. For, when they're naked, I'm pretty much, it's not important. So
Well, I've never
now-
heard about those.
Yeah, well, I kind of go, please, no judgments, but that's a no.
That's a
You know.
hard pass.
So that's the only reason why. So if you don't see it right away, that's why. Because I do want to tell you, there is a rise in false prophets at the moment starting to happen. Anybody who offers an answer, as opposed to a process, be a little aware of, because I know that all of faces, especially I'm looking at, and have all understood that what we once thought were the light was going to switch on and we were going to arrive. How's that working for any of us? It's an unwinding process, and that's why we took this journey together. Is so
A heart space with someone saying and doing, for sure.
So, and I tend to bless them. And as I said one day recently, somebody said, "Oh, they were." I said, "Yeah, let me know how that let me know how that works for you. You go right ahead." So just it's good to check in and have people checking in. So, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. Kristen, thank you so much, everyone. Blessings at all, and stay around next week. Next Wednesday, which is that Heaven's Cross. That's the opening. There's a big meditation at 9 o'clock Hawaiian time. We'll be broadcasting it on Intuition of the Soul at 3. It's 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then Sandra Pelly's going to help me with it. And we're just going to, and everyone's welcome to come and have a discussion of what they're feeling, especially as that week goes on. So after we broadcast the opening of it, we'll see what it is. So it'll be kind of fun. So you're welcome to all come. I'll post that. But anyway, namaste, everyone. Thank you for coming so much. And we'll see you later.